I checked my pockets, but my phone was gone. It was definitely pickpocketed. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm your host, Matt, and welcome to Vicurious, the podcast where you can vicariously live your curiosities through others. So in today's episode, I somehow get my phone pickpocketed, and not only that, the guy who pickpocketed my phone ends up reselling the phone back to me. Here's how it happened. Well, to be fair, I was at a club when this happened and I was also drunk. But before you start saying, oh my god, this is all your fault, hear me out. First of all, it's not like I've never gone clubbing before. I've gone clubbing in other countries as well, and I've never lost my phone. But not only that, this was week one of my time at San Francisco, and I figured that one of my priorities would be to meet as many people as possible. So my friend Aaron came really clutch by inviting me to a party that him and his friends were going to. And I basically said, hey, this is an awesome opportunity for me to meet a bunch of local friends. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And we drank at one of their houses and ended up going clubbing. So the club was actually fun. I think it was called 1015 Folsom. It had some pretty good trap music and it had some pretty decent vibes as well. And at least for now, in terms of meeting new people, I thought it was a pretty good decision that I came out. Partway through the night, I got pretty tired and it was pretty stuffy in there too, so I decided to come outside, get some fresh air, and walk around for a while. Now, during this time, I did take out my phone and use it a little bit, but I swear I put it back into my pocket. After a few minutes, I came back, met up with some of my friends, and suddenly I didn't feel the familiar rectangle shape that I normally do in my right pocket. I honestly just took my time, checked each pocket, checked my jacket pockets, maybe my drunk self put my phone in a different place than I normally do. And after each pocket that I checked, I started to freak out more and more, slowly realizing that I probably didn't have my phone on me anymore. So it was around 2 or 3 a.m. by this point, so the club was closed and everyone was getting ready to leave. And here I was, completely devastated, panicking. And I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Aaron, who helped walk around the entire block with me that late at night using the little tiny flashlight on the back of his phone to essentially help me look at every crack and corner on the street. And we looked for a while, but by the end of the night, we just couldn't find it. I had my friends call and text my number as much as they could, but honestly there was no response. We called an Uber to go home, and that was that. That night, I went to bed hoping that someone would call back my friend's phone, but nothing happened. This was one of the recordings that I made at that time with my friend's phone. Shit, dude, I can't believe I lost my phone. I've never lost my phone before, so I don't know what the protocol is. I'm like trying to search out what to do online. I guess like my biggest worry is if that person is able to get through my passcode or something, or like hack my phone, because I have a lot of my personal information in there. So then they'll be able to see everything that I have, which sucks. Like, those times when you lose something and then like you randomly find it in like your jacket pocket or something? I'm wishing so hard that something like that happened right now. Like it just shows up in one of my pockets that I didn't check yet, coincidentally. So something that I like to do whenever I'm stressed or anxious is I like to take a deep breath, pause, and then I try to rethink the situation over. I try to apply the most logic that I can. So in this scenario, the phone's already gone. I've done everything that I could, including texting, messaging, searching online forums to see if there's any other options. And then from here on out, it's what else can I do moving forward? So it could be things like buying a brand new phone or buying a used phone off of someone. Whatever it is, I'm trying to stop myself from going back and sulking about what's already happened. I thought my phone was a goner until the next day in the middle of the afternoon. My friend's phone suddenly started ringing, and on the screen it said Matthew Kim. My friends and I just freaked out. We picked up the phone. I didn't know what to say to him, but I just started off with the hello. The guy on the other side said hello back, and when I asked him how he got my phone, and more importantly, how did he unlock my phone to call my friend back just now, he said that he bought the phone off someone for $40 and that the phone came with its memory already wiped, so there was no passcode or any content on it. By this point, I was pretty relieved knowing that at least they wiped my phone so that they didn't have any access to my personal information, but I was still a little suspicious because how could this guy have bought my phone off someone within 12 hours of me losing it? But regardless, I needed my phone back, so I simply asked if I can get it back. And surprisingly, he replied by saying, "Yeah, sure, I could give you the phone back for $60. Okay, maybe he didn't actually sound like that, but he did have some sort of accent. And this guy was asking for a $20 profit off of the price that he bought it for, if he actually bought it in the first place. Honestly, by this point, we were all thinking that he was the one that actually stole it from me, and he was trying to make a quick $60. The phone that I have is a Samsung S5, and the current Samsung phone that's out in the market is a Samsung S9 Plus. So this guy probably looked at my phone after he pickpocketed me and said, "Wow, this is such a shitty phone. No one's gonna buy this from me. Maybe I should just sell it back to the loser that I took it from." And I was that loser being offered his own phone for $60. I thought about it and I didn't have a job anymore. I didn't think it was worth for me to buy a brand new phone instead. So I said, you know what? I'll take it for $60. And we agreed to meet near Embarcadero Station in San Francisco. So I'm here waiting for the guy to come and sell me back my own phone, but he's not here. Did he reply back? So my friends Kelly and Priscilla were helping me out during this excursion. Kelly was the getaway driver in her car, and Priscilla was the one that was actually in contact with this guy. And we were at the meetup location for probably around 30 or 40 minutes, and the guy just didn't show up. And all of a sudden, he messaged Priscilla saying that he got lost and that he wanted us to meet up with him at Bill Graham City Hall instead. And by this point, I was super sketched out. Honestly, if that new location wasn't a public place, I probably would have said, screw it, I'm just not gonna go. But we had a car, we were already out, so we just decided to go. When we got to the new location, I told Kelly and Priscilla to stay in the car. I was really thankful to them for coming out, but I didn't want them to be more involved just in case. And not just that, I thought that there was a potential of me getting jumped. So I literally took everything that I had and left it in the car. I left my wallet, I took off my jacket, I took off my hat. At one point I even debated whether I should take off my glasses or not, but I just kept it on. I figured my eyesight was quite important for this. But anyways, the guy called us back, and it was actually a different person on the phone now. Priscilla ended up doing most of the talking, but to make things scarier, the guy started off the phone call by saying, "I see you."
I see you.
Wait. I mean, we don't even know how you look like. And you don't know how we
I
look.
know you don't. Listen, do you see a line full of people over here?
Yeah, I see a line full of people, yeah.
Like in front of the Bay Night thing?
Okay, walk across the street to where the park is over here. You see the guy with the bike over there?
Fuck.
There's a park right here with the bike. The bike over there by the park. See it?
Where is it?
Right here. There's a guy with a yellow backpack and a bike.
Oh, you see him? Okay.
Alright. Yeah, we'll head over there.
You wanna walk right here? Right across the street to where that guy with the yellow bag with the bike is.
Yeah, we'll head over there right now.
So in case you didn't hear that, he said go to the guy with the bike and the yellow backpack. So I saw that dude, got out of the car and walked towards him. But when I got closer to him, he didn't even look at me and he just rode his bike away. It turned out that he was a completely random guy. And then, from the side of my eye, I saw a very shady looking guy dressed in all black slowly walking towards me. And I was actually about to walk away until he suddenly said, "You the guy with the phone?" I quietly told him yes, and the shady man pointed towards the newspaper stands across the street and said that my phone was in the bottom right one. So then I walked over there, I opened up the bottom right newspaper stand, and there was my phone just sitting inside. And then this next part was like a scene out of the movie Saw, because as soon as I picked up my phone, it started ringing. When I answered the phone, it was a shady man on the other side of the street. He was looking at me, and through the phone I could hear him say, "This is your phone, right? Now where's my money at?" Still scared of the situation, I walked back and took out the $60 cash that I had in my pocket. I tried to hand it to him, but he said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, I don't know if you're from the police or not. Just put it under my stuff." So I put the cash under his bags. We looked at each other, gave the other person a slight nod, and then we walked away. So looking back, those guys obviously stole my phone. They had such an elaborate system to make sure that they didn't get caught doing it. And I guess I could have ran away because I had my phone and the $60 on me at one point. But then I thought, why risk it? The shady man could have come chasing after me, or he might have seen Kelly's license plate and somehow found one of us. And that would have just been so much worse and not worth the $60. So I just figured, hey, I'll pay him and this will be one heck of a memorable time that I can make a podcast out of. So thanks again for listening, guys. If you guys didn't know, until May 31st, 2018, I'm going to be taking requests for any recommendations on what you think I should do in San Francisco. I'll be choosing and following through with one of the recommendations, and not only that, I'll be making a full podcast episode out of it. So even if there's only one suggestion, I guess I'm forced to take that suggestion and follow through with it. So please give me any recommendations. You can simply message me or comment below. The only criteria, very simple, is for you to like my Facebook page. But anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.